Good morning, Mr. President, and thanks for joining us on CBS Sunday Morning to discuss a topic on everyone's mind.
So, are you the escort or the massage therapist?
I'm the person interviewing you for national television.
Well, do you at least give happy endings?
President Joe Biden's cognitive health.
Yeah? What about it?
Well, you've known him for decades. Have you noticed anything concerning?
Hey, do you like cigars?
Can you answer the question?
Oh, Joe's sharper than a tack. I've seen him recite the Declaration of Independence backwards.
And his wife, Jill?
Oh, Jill's just his nurse-stitute.
Nurse-stitute?
Yeah, she's like a nurse, but with benefits. Hey, you want to be my cigar-stitute?
So back to Joe. He could really recite the Declaration of Independence backwards?
Oh, yeah, and he would solve a Rubik's Cube with his feet while spinning on his head and eating a bowl of ice cream while he was reciting it.
He could really recite the Declaration of Independence backwards?
Oh, yeah, I don't lie. And I wasn't paid $1 million to say that either.
Seriously?
Joe Biden's a machine.
And you're telling the truth?
Of course I am. I never lie, and I never get paid to lie either.
You looked America in the eye and said, I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Oh, that? well, that's in the past. And if there wasn't no video, then it doesn't exist.
It was on live television.
Allegedly.
Mr. President, why should America believe you about Joe Biden?
Because I didn't inhale.
Since we're talking about trust, there's been persistent chatter about your ties to Jeffrey Epstein.
Did you say Harry Gleckstein?
No, Jeffrey Epstein.
Never heard of her.
Jeffrey Epstein, the Lolita Express, Epstein Island. Any of that ring a bell?
It's like you're speaking a different language. I have no idea what you're talking about.
How many times did you fly the Lolita Express?
Oh, I don't fly. I'm scared of heights.
But the flight logs say you flew 26 times, Mr. President. 26 times.
Must be another Bill Clinton out there. It happens.
Tell me about the Clinton Foundation.
What do you want to know?
Well, some say it was a front for creative accounting, missing employees, questionable donations, and Epstein connections. Care to clear that up?
Hey, do you like pizza?
Mr. Clinton, you were photographed with Epstein 17 times.
Oh, that was probably just someone who looked like me. Happens all the time.
You took a picture with him at a Clinton Foundation gala.
I like cheese on my pizza. And sauce. Lots of sauce.
Mr. Clinton, what about the allegations of Epstein's victims? Were they real?
Probably not. I mean, they were probably just all holograms and robots and stuffed animals.
But they arrested Ghislaine Maxwell and Epstein.
Yeah, so?
Well, if there weren't any victims, why were they arrested?
How exactly is a rainbow made? How exactly does the sun set? It just does.
Let's move on to Benghazi.
Benghazi? Never heard of it. Is that like a name of a car?
Mr. President, 4 Americans died, and your wife, who was the Secretary of State, was at the center of it.
Hey, I was getting a lot of massages back then, so I don't remember any of that.
Some say the State Department, under your family's watch, dropped the ball. Any thoughts on this?
Look, if you want cheese on the pizza, you got to let me know, because this pizza's going to get made one way or the other.
What about the 33,000 emails?
The what?
Okay, back to Biden.
Joe's just got that folksy charm, like me. I mean, remember when I played sax on Arsenio? Pure charisma. Joe's got it. He just pacing himself, saving his brain power for 2026. He's got big plans.
You say he's fine, but America's seen the clips. Stumbling, mumbling, calling Vice President Harris President Harris? You're really going to stick to the he's fine?
That's all hearsay.
Monica, Whitewater, Epstein? Why should America trust your take on Biden's cognitive health?
Because I'm Bill Clinton. I've survived impeachments, tabloids, and Hillary's meatloaf.
Good evening, everybody, and happy Friday to those of you who actually get it off. I see Yukon Man in the comment section. It's blizzard. I hear the word blizzard, and but at least you're getting a break. I know that maybe that's not a good thing, but glad you're here. And to everybody here that's here in the comment section, thank you so much for being here tonight on this lovely Friday evening. Hello to X too, by the way, if you're out there. I can't see you guys, but hopefully you're listening. And YouTube land, you guys, this wonderful United Spot community. Thank you. I'm going to get to all your names and calling you out, everybody. You guys are incredible, and I wanted to thank you all so much for being here. But I wanted to break down the latest developments in the ongoing House Oversight Committee's investigation into Jeffrey Epstein's network and its ties to his high-profile figures, such as I'll get into that in a little bit. But over the past 2 days, America has seen historic testimonies from former President Bill Clinton and former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. And they did a stand-up job of shedding light on long-standing questions about Epstein's associations. I'm going to walk you through the background if you guys didn't have time to, watch all of this unfold. But so yesterday and today, the allegations and what we can expect moving forward. No, it's just I'm going to be blunt when I say this. Nobody's getting arrested. I know that anybody with a brain can tell you that that's the truth. I know that there's a lot of people out there that have a brain, but they're not really functioning yet. And they're like, oh, no, I swear, man, they're going to get arrested this time. It's going to be great. But it's not going to happen. But I'm going to get into that in a second. I want to say hi to Tammy and Lucille and Sabrina. John Castaneda, great to see you here. Hank, Joe, thanks. Brian 70 Kuda, Thinker, Yukon Man, great to see you here, by the way. Great to see all of you guys here. I got Joanne Greisenheimer, and that's, wait, hold on here. We got Raging Patriot is here with Jetmaker and Papa Woody, Greg Fender, and that's all it's showing me at this moment. That's it. John Castaneda, Joanne, Yukon Man, Tammy, Hank, Anna Poison if you're lurking, Robin Spielman if you're lurking, Monkey if you're lurking, Dr. Jill Atlas Cooper if you're lurking, and everybody if you're lurking, or if you just don't want to come here because you just can't stand the United Spot. I get it. LR if you're lurking. I know you're busy. I know. But it's great to see Yukon Man here. I know this guy's been busy all the time, so it's great to see you here in the call. Hopefully you can hang out for a little bit. You guys are going to be off for 2 days. What are you guys going to do without the United Spot for 2 days? It's going to be horrible. And if you guys want to go visit the United Spot GoFundMe account, please do. Anything is going to help at this point. YouTube, they hit me hard. It is now, I've got maybe 2 or 3 days left on the monetization, and that's 7-day suspension. It's almost like I didn't get anything. So it's really, really bad. So if anybody could help me out to where I can make up for the loss of that 7 days, to put it to you lightly, that 7 days created almost a 30-day loss of monetization income revenue for the United Spot. To give you a painted picture of how bad it is, it's horrible. So as you all know, I am a constant beggar, and actually the YouTube channel was actually really starting to move up a little bit. But and with help from a lot of wonderful people, I was able to reach my goal of the GoFundMe to where I was ahead, and then poof, right back into it. And for those of you that don't know, I complain a lot. So, but Ben Ramler's here too as well, and I want to thank everybody for being here. But real quick, I wanted to recap on Jeffrey Epstein for context, just so because I know a lot of people out there like Jeffrey Epstein. Who's that guy? Epstein was a financier, and he was convicted in 2007 or 2008. I can't remember, but he was basically he was grooming a minor for the oldest trade in the world. And not a good thing. And I'm not putting this lightly. I think it's disgusting. I think anybody that even takes part in something like that, I can't say it on YouTube. But he was later arrested in 2019 on federal SEX trafficking charges involving dozens of underage girls. And allegedly he left us, by himself, all by his own doing, in a jail cell that year while awaiting his trial. Him and Ghislaine or Brisbane Maxwell are the only two people other than former Prince Henry, who's in the UK and wasn't necessarily a arrest like anybody would think it was. It was an arrest for paperwork. Those are the only three people that have been arrested. Makes you think, huh? So you got Jeffrey Epstein, who was obviously the mastermind. I don't know. You got Ghislaine Maxwell, who was basically like, the Heidi Fleiss. She was the, and she gets 20 years for trafficking. Who knows what Jeffrey Epstein would have got if he would have not gotten assistance. But 20 years for trafficking to who? What you have to be. So let me explain something to you. If you get a ticket, all right, for driving too fast, it's called speeding. Okay, you have to be in a car to get that. They don't just give you a ticket for speeding, when you're not in a car. Much like a DUI, you have to actually have alcohol in your system. But to be arrested and sentenced to 20 years for trafficking, who are these people? So anyways, let me put it to you this way. Also, I want to brush up on Ghislaine Maxwell. She was convicted in 2021 for her role in the trafficking ring. And now this is all things that we've all known about. Like, we knew the players, we knew that, all this. This is nothing new to us. This is just another chess piece to keep us distracted, to keep us busy, to keep us entertained. We're just stupid. We're stupid peasants that like a good show. And this is all just political theater. So she was basically sentenced to 20 years. And then court documents unsealed over the years have named numerous, powerful individuals who associated with Epstein, including politicians, celebrities, and business leaders. And these mentions range from flights on his private jet, the Lolita Express, as some would know it, and then to visits to his properties. A lot of people are focused so much on Epstein Island, but he also had other places. Drop Homestead. Yeah, exactly. How are you, by the way? Thanks for being here. So he had more properties than just Epstein Island. Epstein Island was almost like that one place in California that Alex Jones used to visit all the time. Or, well, he didn't visit it all the time, but the Bohemian Grove. I think they did some really weird stuff there, like really bad stuff, bad stuff, like stuff that is in nightmare books. You know what I mean? Just like horrible things. And it's insane that these people are just, nobody's getting arrested. And Hillary's laughing, she thinks this is funny. It's just another photo op for her. I mean, this is Miss Benghazi. This is Miss, Bleach. This is Miss, 33,000 emails. This is above the law, Hillary, It's just a game to her. She doesn't care. She knows nothing's going to happen. This is all just another day in the office. And I guarantee you, she's probably getting paid a shitload of money for this. But the Clintons have been obviously scrutinized due to Bill Clinton's documented travels. Documented, by the way, with Epstein. Flight logs show he flew on the Epstein's plane at least 26 times between 2002 and 2003, I believe, including trips to Africa for the. I'm doing the air quotes. He had trips to Africa for the Clinton Foundation work. Okay, hopefully you knew what I was doing there with the air quotes. And for those of you who didn't know, Epstein donated to the Clinton Foundation. And photos have obviously surfaced of Clinton with Epstein and Maxwell. But we already, I mean, it's crazy is that we've all known that for years. Anybody with a brain that's been following politics or even social media in general, we've known about these photos. It's almost like Hunter Biden. Like, oh, really? Hunter Biden had a problem? I had no idea. He seems like such a fine, upstanding citizen who just paints and just wants to run for Senate someday, which I guarantee he will. I called that 7 years ago. So when that happens, trust me, that's why the United Spot is that good. But no evidence, they're claiming. They're claiming that no evidence has emerged accusing Bill Clinton of participating in Epstein's crimes. So all those pictures of him in hot tubs was just him in hot tubs. All those pictures of him with, redacted females, it's just redacted females. All those pictures of him, with that look in his eye, that was just Bill Clinton with that look in his eye. And this is the same person who got in front of America and lied to everyone, every single person in the country and the world. and then came back shortly and said, "Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I was just lying about that." You can trust me now, though, because I told you the truth now. I lied at first, but now I'm telling you the truth, so you have to forgive me. It's all good. We're all good, right? We're all good. It's all good. So it's all bad. But and Hillary Clinton, obviously, has been linked more to, I guess you would call it, she's like the side chick. You know what I mean? Like, she's trying to play it off like, oh yeah, I didn't know Ghislaine Maxwell was at my daughter, my Instagram model daughter's wedding. I had no idea she was there. She was a plus one. I didn't even know who Epstein was. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I'm just hearing about all this stuff. I haven't been paying attention. I've just been so busy trying to help America. And then it just, I don't know. But it's there was something that what's his name? Comer came out today and said that Bill Clinton basically, in not so many words, said that Donald Trump had no ties as far as anything that. So who's to say that Bill Clinton isn't trying to win points with the big guy, not Joe Biden? I'm talking about WKRP. The president of the United States, Donald J. Trump, looking for a pardon here. But I mean, why would he need one? Nobody's getting arrested. Not in the history of anything would any big players ever be arrested. None of them. None of them are going to be arrested. I guarantee you. I mean, and even if they are, it's just going to be a little perp walk. Oh, that's great. We got what we wanted. Everybody's fine. Our bellies are filled. We can all sleep now and not be so upset. We got a perp walk. Wasn't exactly what we wished for, but hey, it's okay. I'm telling you right now, a prison sentence, a mugshot, fuck that. Take their money. That's the only way they're going to learn. Take all their money. And this, I'm not even just talking about Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton. I'm talking about Nancy Pelosi. I'm talking about AOC. I'm talking about Ilhan Omar. Who cares about prison? I'm tired of hearing about sending them to prison forever, for life, and blah, blah, blah. Who cares? Take Adam Schiff's money. Take Eric Swalwell's money. Take all their money. They're criminals. They're liars. They've committed treasonous acts for years. And you know what? Nothing ever happened. Nothing. Not a damn thing is going to happen. Nor will it ever happen. Nothing is going to happen. And as soon as everybody comes to that understanding that these politicians are going to do, say whatever they want to for the rest of our lives, maybe, just maybe, a larger group of people won't support them anymore. And guess what happens when Americans don't support politicians? You want to know what happens? Politicians lose their jobs. The government shrinks a little bit. The government starts realizing, look, we can't keep doing this. They're not buying it anymore. Politicians are smart. I give them that. That's why they have a thing called influencers. I know I've talked about this many, many times. Influencers isn't just a definition of somebody getting on a podcast or Instagram and saying, hey, try coffee. Coffee's cool. Certain things don't need an influencer, like red licorice. I've never seen in my life. And if somebody can correct me, please let me know. In my life, I have never in my life seen an ad, seen a commercial, seen a billboard for red licorice. But people are buying it. People are buying it. You know why? Because it's a good product. It's not healthy for you, but it's a good product. Okay? Here's the thing with influencers. Influencers are the government's backbone. The backbone of the government. Now, nobody really sees it like that because these influencers come on and they're so, just kind of like not obvious of what they're doing. But behind the scenes, they're getting paid lots and lots of money to post really bad stuff and to talk and just say wonderful things about Democrats. But they also do it on the other side too. So let's not leave those people out either. But when the government can't reach you, they send in the influencers who look like just regular people. Oh, hey, my name's Billy, and I'm just out here doing push-ups, and I got my hot Instagram model wife over here, and we live in this beautiful home, and I'm going to go jump in the pool in a little bit. But before I do all that, I want to introduce you to my life in politics and who I love and who you should vote for. And because you followed me and because you like me and you want to be me and you want to sleep with my wife and you want to live my life and you want to have my money and you want to drive my cars and you want to have the illusion, you want to live through me vicariously, you're going to do exactly what I say. Because whatever I say at this point, because you've been following me for so long, that's exactly what you're going to do. So I'm going to tell you to vote for Kamala. I'm going to tell you to vote for Jasmine Crockett. I'm going to tell you to re-elect Chuck Schumer. I'm going to tell you that all the Democrats are good and all the Republicans are bad. Donald Trump is bad. I'm going to lie. I'm going to come up with stories. I'm going to smear campaign because, as we all know, propaganda is perfectly legal. It's perfectly legal to say, thank you, Obama. We can say whatever we want because it's just opinion, right? Just like these journalists on the television reading the teleprompter. It's not what they truly believe in their heart. They're just getting paid to read. They're good readers. Now, these are the same people who sound very professional. This is Walter Cronkite, and I'm here to tell you that Ronald Reagan has been shot. Okay, listen, he will do the same thing if you pay him to go on a movie or a TV show, okay? Tucker Carlson, perfect example. All of these people, Anderson Cooper, they've all been in movies. And you know what? Bill Maher, too. Bill Maher. They all sound the same. Bill Maher was on the episode of Family Guy. And he interviewed a cartoon, Brian, the dog, the talking dog. And guess what? His voice, his attitude, his charisma, his whole character, exactly the same as when he does the Bill Maher show. I do not trust journalists. I do not trust politicians. I don't trust influencers. I'm not a paid, trust me, I wouldn't be begging for money if I was paid. If I was paid, I wouldn't be saying this stuff. Trust me. I'd be like, oh yeah, man, Democrats are really cool people. You got to trust Hillary Clinton. You got to trust Nancy Pelosi. They are good, honest people. Kamala Harris, come on. Everybody says such horrible things about Kamala Harris. She didn't get to where she got because of Willie Brown. No. Nobody ever talks about the struggle of Kamala Harris. And that's exactly what I would be saying if I was a paid influencer. Just absolute nonsense. There's no way that a human being with common sense and a functioning brain could ever say anything like that, ever. But if you pay them just enough money, that's what you're going to get. And guess what? It works. Because guess what? The politicians keep getting reelected. You see that? You see how that works? It's magic. Much like when NWA made it to Congress all those years before, what was it? Facebook and YouTube and what was it called? The other one? What was the other one? Yeah, I don't remember either. Before social media was invented, all right? They had a thing called TV, right? And when you were on TV and you were seen by millions of people, guess what? You were an overnight sensation. Didn't matter how long you were, good at what you did, you were an overnight sensation. And when they brought NWA in there, all these white kids, all the black kids, every kid out there with, that was very weak-minded and didn't really know how to think for themselves, and they just wanted to be part of something. Oh, look at me, I'm a gangster now. They didn't do any good. Those rappers. Now here's the best part. None of them were telling the truth. None of them were gangsters. None of them ever lived that life. If you ever listen to their music or their rap, it wasn't anything that they ever did. I mean, they were talking about armed robbery. They were talking about, carrying around guns and cops and all these horrible things. Horrible. I mean, the lyrics, I can't believe it. But it worked. You know why? Because they influenced an entire nation. And guess what happened after they made their way through Congress? You know what happened? Oh, Rodney King happened. Oh, yeah. And much, much more. Yeah. Nobody really remembers Reginald Denny. Nobody really remembers Reginald Denny, but they sure as hell remember Rodney King. Yeah. Just like the Democrats, they wouldn't stand for that woman on the subway. They wouldn't stand for her mother. I think her family was there. I think her mother and her father were there. Those Democrats wouldn't stand for her, but they sure as hell kneeled for George. Makes you really think on who's in charge and how are they there. When you grow up, you don't really know too much. You just kind of go with the flow. You're just more interested in chewing Hubba Bubba and Now and Laters and Pop Rocks, and you're just, you're smelling your fingers, and you're finding interesting ways to pee outside the toilet. You're doing all these crazy things. You don't know what's going on. Yeah, you see your grandpa watching the news, you hear him yelling at the TV and all this, and blah, 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 but you have no idea about politics. You don't know who the vice president is. You don't know who the senators are. But as you get older, things start making more and more sense. And all the things that you didn't understand when you were a child, they're all starting to come to your mind. And you're starting to think about it. You're starting, whoa, wait a second. Holy cow. How could I have been so blind? And you start researching, you start peeling back the layers, and you're like, wow, all these people I used to respect, they're just criminals. Well, you know what? There's grown men, there's grown women who still don't know how to think for themselves, and they're out there parading for these people. People out there right now are supporting people like Jasmine Crockett, the woman with 4 different personalities, a pound of makeup, fake eyelashes, a wig, some definite 1-800 dentist going on there, lazy eyes. The whole shebang. She's eating French fries, and let me tell you, I don't want to say too much, but eating a lot of French fries. Okay, she doesn't care about Texas. She just wants that power. She wants that power. She wants that money. She wants that power and money. That's what they all want. You think they're going to give that up? You know how long politics has been around? You know how long these people have been in power? You know how long these people have been controlling the minds of all of us? Have you? I mean, gosh, when you really, really take a look at what has been happening, it'll just make you really scared. And then to find out that they keep doing the same exact thing over and over again. Sometimes with the same characters, sometimes with different characters. And when they're done playing that one card, then they bring out the aliens. And then they go back to a certain state, and then they go all over the place, and they go back to Hunter Biden, and they're going back to Joe Biden, they go back to Kamala, they're going back to AOC, they're going back to the Epstein files. Who knows? I mean, we got to get back to Ed Buck and the Standard Hotel and Adam Schiff. And then we got to get back to Eric Swalwell. Then we got to get back to AOC again. Then we got to get back to Ilhan Omar and her fraud. Then we got to go back to Letitia James and her fraud. Then we got to get back to Alvin Bragg and his fraud. Then we got to go back to Jack Smith and his fraud. Then we got to get back to Fannie Willis and her fraud. But nothing ever happens. Nothing ever happened to James Comey. Nothing ever happened to Christopher Wray. Nothing ever happened to Mueller. Nothing ever happened to any of these people. And some of you are out there like, who the hell are these people? I don't know what you're talking about. I just come here because you're stupid. Do you know how much about politics I know from doing comedy videos? It'll blow your mind. It will blow your mind at how much I know. It's like becoming a famous artist by tracing. You start off tracing. Then next thing you know, you're learning the movements of the hand, and next thing you know, you're drawing beautiful, beautiful works of art. I never in my life thought that I would ever get into politics. It's the last thing I cared about. I mean, I was a guy that was playing sports. I was a guy that was collecting baseball cards. I was a guy that was just fine being a puppet, going to school. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Raising my hand, standing in line. Never questioned authority, all that great stuff. And then I just felt one day I wanted to dip my toe in there. Come on, just a little dip. Oh, and the toe fungus immediately happened. Holy cow, did the toe fungus, big yellow little monsters started just circulating in my big toe. What in the hell have I gotten myself into? And if you really look at here's the scary part. What may seem like a huge community to some that are in politics is actually a very, very small community. Because you know where everybody's at? Let me tell you where everybody's at. They're watching reality shows. They're watching baseball. They're watching football. They are supporting things that don't matter at all. Things that don't matter at all. That's what people spend their lives doing. Meanwhile, the government is just bending everything over. Here, take this. And thank us for it. You're welcome. North County. Great to see you. Jeffrey Smith, great to see you here. We got to play some videos here because you know what? I've been talking for way too long. Oh, whoa. I don't know how to turn that off. And I'm starting to like it. Let's play a few videos. I don't know if you watched my brand new video of Bill Clinton today, but it is epic. Sometimes I knock it out of the park. Sometimes I knock it out of the park. And here we go. Hold on here. All right. Enjoy. I sure did.
Mr. Clinton, we're here to discuss your ties to Jeffrey Epstein.
Sam, what's your name, Sugar Short?
Based on the newly unsealed files from the Justice Department, over 3 million documents, including emails between your staff and Ghislaine Maxwell about jet travel and social events, have been revealed. Let's start with the client list.
The what? The list of high-profile individuals who allegedly visited Epstein Island or flew on his plane? Hey, is that girl over there wearing a thong? No! Mr. Clinton, your name appears on flight logs 25 times. 26? No! I mean, what trips? You took trips to Africa with celebrities. Oh, yeah, I remember those trips. No! The documents show photos of you swimming in a pool and relaxing in what looks like a hot tub, possibly at one of Epstein's properties. Oh, man, thinking about that hot tub is getting me so hot right now. No! What hot tub?
Mr. Clinton, the client list?
And nobody cares about the client list. I mean, Jeffrey's gone and Ghislaine's in prison. Case closed.
He's right. Case closed.
It's not case closed.
The DOJ just released millions more pages last month, including your emails and those framed photos in Epstein's mansion.
Hey, do you like wet cigars? Mr. Clinton.
Why are we even trusting these documents? The Trump DOJ delayed the release for years. This is just political theater to distract from Trump's crimes.
That's out of order. We're here for facts, not conspiracy theories. Mr. Clinton, did you know Jeffrey Epstein?
Know him? Hell, we were best friends. I mean, nope. Never met him.
Are you sure?
I mean, I kind of knew him. You kind of knew him? Well, there were those humanitarian trips to Africa on his plane in 2002 and 2003 for the Clinton Foundation. But that's it. I didn't know about any crimes he committed, though.
Humanitarian trips? The files include a deposition where Epstein invoked the Fifth Amendment over 600 times when asked about you. And one accuser testified that Epstein bragged, "Clinton likes them young," referring to girls. Mr. Clinton, how many times have you been to Epstein Island?
26. I never even heard of that place before, huh? That never set foot there.
Homer, where's your proof beyond these cherry-picked logs? The files also show Epstein emailing Steve Bannon and corresponding with former White House advisors. Why aren't we hauling in Trump or Musk?
Speaking of the White House, how many times did Jeffrey visit you there?
17 times. Never. Never seen him there before. Mr. Clinton, what about the clients? Clients? What clients?
Well, if there wasn't a client list, why is Ghislaine Maxwell in prison?
For trafficking.
You see? Bill's innocent. Case closed.
So if there's no client list, then the victims that were trafficked weren't real. Oh, the victims were real. I mean, as someone who grew up in a home with domestic abuse, I would never associate with a man like Jeffrey Epstein.
I don't know if they're doing it on purpose or what, but they're making it harder and harder for me to get out of a video. Anyways, Sabrina, great to see you here tonight. Monkey Crab Orange, great to see you. Brian 70 Kuda, great to see you. Yukon Man, great to see you. Hank, Jeffrey Smith, Tongue Laxier. Craig Clark is here with Hank. Who else we got here tonight? We got Yukon Man, we got Sabrina, we got Jeffrey, we got Tammy, North Country. We got North Country. Tammy's here with John Castaneda. Daniel C., if you're out there lurking, LR, and at Poison. And thank you to everybody that's here right now. I truly, truly appreciate it. And if you want to visit, oh, look at that, Drops Homestead. Lucille Griffin is here. Great to see. Oh, Teacher Lynn, if you're out there, hello. Hopefully everyone, Robin Spillman, hopefully everybody's having a wonderful Friday. And thank you all so much for hanging out with Don Jonazuzuski. All right, thank you very much. You have the best imagination have you ever heard and seen. Well, thank you very much. Actually, you know what? You just made me tingle a little bit. Thank you there. I appreciate that very much. So if anybody wants to visit my GoFundMe, please help. Like I said, I know that there's probably way more people that deserve a donation right now. I know that there's families struggling and whatnot. I'm not asking for millions, but if you have $1, help out the United Spot. So I mean, it's I know there's people that are starving and I just want to make people laugh. And I want to continue doing this. And like I said, if this 7-day suspension didn't happen, I wouldn't be begging this hard, but it hit the channel really, really bad. So I can't live off of X money because I'm only making like $30 a month there, and I have to give that back to them because I have to pay X to be a part of X, which is strange. But thank you guys so much for being here. It means a lot, and I hope everybody's having a wonderful Friday. I'm going to give you guys 2 days off, so I know it's going to be rough. It's going to be rough being without the United Spot for 2 days. You don't have to listen to my craziness. But I did want to thank everybody. Seriously, you guys, you mean a lot to me. And that's not the water talking. It means a lot that you guys are, I really loved, I know I've said this a million times on a broken record, but I really love doing this. This is something that is a part of me. And it's just something that I love doing this. I love, and for those of you who are like, well, what do you do, dude? I'm just here. I don't know why. My friend shared this live with me. I don't even know who the hell you are. What I do is I take headlines. I take breaking news. I take corruption stories. I take criminal stories. I take politicians who have just done the horrible, horrible things and lies. And I take those and I take all the facts and I do all the research and I turn it into a hilarious script. And I expose these people with humor. Now, some people get it, some people don't. Some people are like, oh, okay, that was pretty funny, but they didn't realize they just watched the video that made them laugh and educated them at the same time. Because I'm gonna break it down to you really quick. I don't care how smart you are. You could be very, very smart. I guarantee you 99% of you out there are way smarter than me. But you don't have the time to research this stuff. You're working 12, 14, sometimes 16 hours a day. Sometimes your boss pulls the mandatory overtime on you. You have kids, you have dogs, you have after school activities, you have sports, you have all this stuff, vacations, whatever. You don't have time to go through 80,000 pages of a policy. You don't have time to research old interviews with Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer on what they said or what they might have said back in the 90s or early 80s. You don't have time for that. You're busy with your life because that's the way the government likes it. The government likes you busy. You know why? So you don't have time to see what they're doing. And what they're doing, it's pretty bad. I'm going to be extremely honest with you. I'm going to be extremely honest with you. Me and Chuck, and the only reason I'm saying this is because it's happy hour and I'm loose as a goose on Sunday night, but my ginger cream isn't working right now, so it's, but it's like, hey, come Monday, nobody's gonna believe you. I'll just try to smear champagne and everyone forgets this ever happened. But I do want to let you know that, the government is not here to help. The government is here to, well, we're here to get rich. We're here to control you, and we're here to make sure that you do exactly what we say. And if you don't, well, I hope you enjoy prison. And so yeah. So, anyways, that's basically what's going on with that. So, and then we got Gibson Bills and Yukon Man. 100%, I will be making videos this weekend. There is just, did I just literally? Am I that comfortable? I just literally just burped. Jeez. Hopefully, I mean, I guess in some countries that's okay. Excuse me. So at least it wasn't Eric Swalwell. But a lot of people say, like, United Spot, why in the world do you make videos for politics? Why don't you, do, like entertainment industry or music or whatever? Why don't you do something? Well, because politics never, ever sleeps. There's always something going on with politics. And just when you think that there's no more distractions left to distract, oh boy, they got a whole. You have to understand, politicians, they work 3 months in advance. They have 3 months of stories and distractions and just craziness just sitting there in the hopper waiting. And sometimes people, they get hooked on a distraction so long that they keep continuing to build, so that now they're set for the year. Like with Minnesota and Tim Walz. That was a banger. Oh my gosh. We had Amy, we had whatever her last name is. We had Ilhan Omar. We had that Jacob Frey, Mayor Jacob Frey. We had Tim Walz. We had the fraud. We had holy cow. That was just, and then all of a sudden, we had Renee Good and Alex Pretty and whoa, the memes and the videos, and oh my goodness gracious, and I thought it was never going to end. But guess what? Nobody's even talking about that anymore. That was the most important thing in the entire world. Fraud, 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 fraud. And guess what? Nothing happened. And that's why, a lot of people are like, hey, dude, stop talking shit about Nick Shirley. That's my boy. That's my dog. That's my homie. Look, I ain't got nothing against Nick Shirley. He's a journalist just like all the rest of the journalists, covering a story that's already been done 10, 15 years ago. The only difference is that Elon Musk shared his video. Whoop-de-doo. Elon Musk didn't share the original video of the actual guy, the old guy that was doing the same exact route, asking the same exact questions. And guess what? He went to the Learning Center before they changed the poster to the Leering Center. So, yeah. The story's already done. I'm not talking about, you can't take credit for something. You can't rewrite Star Wars and take credit for Star Wars. You know what I mean? So the fact of the matter is, and this is why I'm so passionate about these journalists out there uncovering all this and taking credit for, nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Say it with me, people. Nothing happens. You know what does happen, though? Time goes by really, 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 really fast. And next thing you know, all the things that you thought were important, all the things that you spent your days arguing about, everything was just so at the top of your list. You find out none of it was important. None of it. None of it. The only thing that was important are the few family members that you can really trust and love, because you don't really get to choose your family. I'm 100% invested in, if my family's good to me, I'm going to be way, way good to my family. I love my family, but there are some bad bunches. Your family and your kids and all that are pretty much the only people you don't necessarily get to choose. So you're kind of dealt a good hand or a bad hand, just depends. And then you have your friends. When you're younger, oh man, I got to walk around with 50 people to feel like I'm important. then you realize, you know what? I guarantee you that 49 of those people, they don't care. They don't care about me at all. I got a couple friends that I can literally trust, that I could call, um, and they love me, and I love them back. They're like family, and I think that is the most incredible thing, you know. And as you get older, you realize, I do too, David Smith. I really do. You have no idea. You just have no idea. But as you get older, you realize all those things that you spent time caring about. Oh, it was all for nothing. It was all for nothing. So why not? Why not make every moment count? Start living for yourself. Start laughing more. I know this is getting really, this is the cringe hour. It's Friday night. The water is really getting to me. But I started noticing that as I started getting older. I was like, wait a second. Did I really just waste all those years caring about that? Wow. Because you can't get that time back. You know, I know that, you know, Napoleon Dynamite, you know, Kip was working on a time machine with crystals with, you know, Uncle Rico. But it's not possible to go back. You can listen to Peter Cetera all you want. You can listen to Van Halen before it became Van Hagar. You could go back and play, you know, Atari. You can go back in your mind, but you'll never be able to fully go back. And now everybody's tripping about August 12th, 2026. You know, we're going to lose gravity for 20 seconds, and everybody's going to float to the air. We're gonna lose 40 million people. Anything that, hey, Star, great to see you here. Raging Patriots got a lot. He's all the way back there. Raging Patriots, like 10 minutes ago. He's in the past. Maybe the time machine does work. But that's the monkey grab horse. There's, you know what, UConn man, monkey grab horse. Listen, there's some smart people in this community here at the United Spot community. I think this is why I like it so much, because we rarely have any trolls in here, like ever. Maybe once in a while. And honestly, I think that the trolls are actually people that think just like us. They're just having fun. They're bored and they just want to play. But 99.999% of the people in this community are literally just common sense thinkers. And I love that. UConn man says, I hope I'm not going either, trying to be a person to be admired for actions and beliefs. That's beautiful. Gorgeous. Gotcha. I love that. Drops Home said, did you know income taxes are unconstitutional, only apply to the territories, which is why the IRS headquartered in Puerto Rico? So, there's so much about that. Did you ever notice that, like, when you ask a politician a question, it's almost like it sounds like it's a pre-approved question? Like, there's never really a question that makes any sense. Like hard-hitting shit. Like, why do Americans have to pay so much in taxes? You never hear that, do you? I mean, if you could pull up a interview or a news conference of where a reporter or a journalist or whatever they call themselves says, "Hey, how come American taxpayers have to pay so much?" Can you tell me that, please? Because I would like to know. I would truly like to know. Chuck Wilcox, great to see you here. Yeah, for being late, you got to go visit Chuck. Just to let you know, anybody that's late to the United Spot has to go to the United Spot GoFundMe. You have to go over there. You don't have to make a donation, but you still have to go over there to say hello. UConn man, 100% quality, not quantity. 100%. I'm gonna play a video here real quick, and then I'm gonna come back with one to grow on. Borrowing without asking. I don't know if anybody remembers that. I wanna go back, and do it all over, but I can't go back, I know. What would be a good video to watch right now? You know what? I think I want to. Well, we got to look. Bill Gates, Stephen Hawking's definitely not getting arrested. That's horrible. Come on, United Spot, you could do better than that. And you know what's crazy is I made a video. Hang on here, Nancy. Don't talk. Don't.
All right, convict. It's
Damn it, Nancy! I told you not to talk. Told you not to talk. I did a video years ago about.
I need all you
Oh my
prisoners
gosh.
to stand up.
I just,
Everybody on Jeffrey Epstein's client list, stand up. It's count time. Did you hear me?
jeez.
All right,
Oh my
convict.
gosh.
It's count time.
Okay. I did a video years ago when the Epstein adult video came out with all the people who were involved. Richard Brands, all those guys. I made a video and nobody really understood it because they didn't even know about it. And that's the horrible thing about getting the jump on something that nobody's ever heard of. It doesn't really go viral and it doesn't really get seen because nobody really even understands what it is. And I've had a really good what is it called? A really good record of literally jumping on a story as it's happening. And I create a video because I've already got all the information, because I've already done the research. I just wish that there was more time to expose these people for what they actually are. But the sad part about it is that nothing's going to happen because by the time we all really truly figure it out, we're too old and nobody cares about us anymore. Nobody listens to us anymore. Someday the United Spot's going to be like, hello? Hey, is there, hello? Anyway, it's just going to be me. I'm going to be logged in, listening to myself talk and answering my own questions. Anyways, let's do this here real quick. And then I'm going to talk about taxes, and then I'm going to say goodnight.
I need. All right, convicts. It's count time. I need all you prisoners to stand up. Everybody on Jeffrey Epstein's client list, stand up. It's count time. Did you hear me? I said everyone on Jeffrey Epstein's client list, stand up. There's got to be an explanation for this.
Hillary, what's your reaction to Ghislaine Maxwell getting sentenced to 20 years?
Justice has been served.
Yep, justice has
She
been
should have got
served.
more time, though.
Yeah, she's a monster.
Well,
I
what
tell
about
ya.
the client list?
The what?
Yeah, the what?
The list of clients that went to Epstein Island?
Well, what do they need that for? Jeffrey's gone and they got Ghislaine. Case closed.
Case closed?
Case closed.
Bill, did you know Jeffrey?
Know him. Hell, we were best. No, never met him.
Just sit right back and you hear a tale of a shady pimp who served as lots of movie stars and politicians. The host was a scheming financier, his partners lying sure. The client list flew down that day for a secret island shore. A secret island shore.
Hey, what do you think of the script, Bill?
I'm not complaining.
Oh, good. Now remember, the actresses like to be told what to do.
Okay.
And they're going to pretend like they don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, and this right here is how old the girls are?
Yep.
Oh, good. I got a daughter this age.
Really?
Yeah.
You should bring her here sometime.
Oh, I don't think so. I've seen what goes on here.
You ready, buddy?
Boy, am I. I'm so excited. My first adult film. But remember, I was never
Are
here.
you sure your wife is okay with this?
Oh, yeah, she's cool. Didn't you hear about me and Monica?
Yeah, but I just don't want to get a visit from your wife someday. That's all.
Hey, just promise me you won't show anybody these tapes.
I promise. I won't. Oh, remind me to Photoshop Trump into the video.
Why?
You'll thank me later.
All right.
Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself.
Not a chance.
It's a cover-up.
Yeah?
Hillary and Bill Clinton were behind the whole thing.
The whole thing.
And the client list, Prince Andrew,
Bill Gates.
Bill Clinton, you name it, they're on it.
Yep, the Clintons, they ran the whole show. I got names, dates.
Go on.
Go on with what?
Yeah, you were saying how you had names, dates, flight logs.
I don't remember saying that. Do you remember me saying that, Cash?
No, I don't remember you saying that, Dan.
Tell me more about how Epstein didn't kill himself.
I don't know what you're talking about. Epstein killed
Yeah,
himself.
he did.
Bill, what about the client list?
The what?
You know, the list of white clients that went to Epstein Island.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, nobody cares about the client list. I mean, Jeffrey's gone and Ghislaine's in jail. Case closed.
Did you know Jeffrey Epstein?
No, hell, we were best friends. Nope. Never met him.
And how many times have you been to Epstein Island?
2016. I've never heard of that place.
The Epstein list isn't some grand reveal. It's a cancer.
For peasants.
A little distraction humor will let metastasize in the public's imagination.
I'm sorry. Cancer?
Precisely. It's not like we're out here trying to cure the client list, stupid. And we're definitely not out here chemoing the truth. We just tangle it like a sparkly carrot for all the rubes who've been clutching their pitchforks and chewing on decoder rings for years. Keeps them busy.
Hey, Bill.
Yeah?
Look at this. Look at it.
Hey, where'd you get that? Give it back to me!
No.
You better give it back, you fart
I
knocker!
give it back, but you got to do what I say.
You hear that, America? I'm the victim!
All right, settle down, you vultures. After years of speculation, conspiracy theories, and your uncle's unhinged Thanksgiving rants, I'm finally releasing the Epstein client list. Feast your eyes on this bad boy.
Pam, who the fuck is John Johnerstein?
You've never heard of Johnny J? Oh my gosh. He's like a big time mover and shaker.
Afraid of getting caught though, or?
All right, guys. A few seconds left here, and I wanted to talk to you real quick about because taxes got brought up, and I love to talk about taxes because taxes is something that I don't really understand. Well, I understand it. It's steal from the poor and give to the rich. There's a lot of taxes, probably more than you. I've made so many videos about taxes, and they just never seem to gain traction. I think probably that's why, because they don't want you to know. But there's a federal income tax, and that's when the U.S. government takes a part of your pay. They take your tips, your interest, and they claim that they're using that to pay for things like the army and the roads and the schools. That's why the roads are always crappy, and that's why your kids are being, brainwashed. And then they have the state income tax, and most states, they take a piece of your pay too. Not all states do this, though. I know California does. Texas doesn't, though. But, it varies. It varies. And then they have the city or the county. We're not even breaking we're not even putting a dent in this yet. They got the city or the county income tax. A few cities take extra from your paycheck, like New York. or I know Pennsylvania does too as well. And then they got Social Security tax, FICA, and that's when money is taken from your paycheck to pay for retirement, disability checks when you're older or when you get hurt. Stay tuned. I mean, I'm not even close. Medicare tax. Oh, that money is taken from your paycheck to help pay for doctor visits and hospital stays for, I believe, people 65, something like that. Yeah, let's say 65 and on. And then there's the self-employment tax. So if you work for yourself, you're fucked. You pay both your part and the boss's part of Social Security plus Medicare. So, and then we have, unemployment tax. Oh yeah, unemployment tax. That's where bosses pay this. The bosses pay. How does that work out? So the bosses, they pay so the state can give money to people who lose their job. So That's why a lot of people, they don't necessarily just leave a job; they get fired. And usually, 95% of the time, they get unemployment for it. Sometimes bosses can, Anyways, and then they have capital gains tax. So if you sell stocks, a house, or something else for more money than you paid, guess what? You pay tax on the profit. Believe it or not, pretty bad. And then we have sales tax. That's things that you buy. Taxes. You're taxed on things that you buy. So sales tax, extra money that you pay when you buy most stuff in a store. I know. I believe I've only been there once, but I know that Oregon. I'm not sure if it's still the same. I know that you couldn't even pump your own gas there. I don't believe they had a tax there. I'm not sure. I don't think so. I can't believe I've only visited there once. So if you buy like clothes, a phone, food, it goes to state and city. You're being taxed. So, almost forgot. Gas tax or fuel tax for those people that don't like to say gas. You get an extra charge on every gallon of gas, and it helps to fix the roads and bridges. Boy, there's a lot to help the roads, but the roads are always fucking. You could, yeah. What is it called? I think it's called the excise tax. I think excise or excise or something. Oh my gosh! See, every single time, at the same time, I get that same thing. Excise. It's extra tax on certain things like cigarettes, beer, or even what is it? Like soda or pop. Excuse me. In some states, guns and airline tickets. And then hotel. Anybody that's ever stayed at a hotel, oh, you're fucked. Hotel tax. That's when you get an extra charge when you stay in a hotel or one of those Airbnb thingies, and it helps cities pay for like tourism stuff. Because usually when you go to a tourist town, they don't care about the actual locals; they care about tourism. And if you own something, that's why I was asking. I say, you own your home? Oh yeah, dude, I own my home. I ain't no loser. I own my home. And I said, oh really? So you paid it off, or you're just like, no, yeah, I paid it off, bro. It's mine. It's all mine. I said, really? Yeah. Okay, well, stop paying property tax in. What do you mean? Well, if it's yours, why do you? Well, if I stop paying property tax, they'll take my house. Yeah, you don't own shit, bro. That's why a lot of those wealthy people will tell you just to rent. Just rent. Just rent. Because 9 times out of 10, these kids that think they're getting like this big house when their parents die. No, sometimes it really doesn't work out like that. I don't even want to get into the whole probate thing because that'll just blow your mind. But property tax is a yearly tax on your house or your land or your building, and it pays for local schools and the police and the fire department. Believe it or not. And then, oh boy, yeah, car tax and your registration fee. That's a yearly fee to keep your tags current, and some places also tax the value of your car. Yeah, it's horrible. Estate tax or death tax. Very big tax on huge amounts of money or property. Usually when a rich person dies, but it only hits like very wealthy families. It's not so if you're like me, I mean, shit. Hey, Dad left me some top ramen and some puddle water. Woo! We can finally have that party we've always wanted to have. Thanks, Dad. Thanks, United Spot. And then there's the gift tax. So. That's a tax if you give someone a huge amount of money or property while you're still alive. Yeah, it's gift tax. Then they got tariffs or like import tax. That's like an extra charge on stuff brought into the U.S. from like other countries. Mainly like clothes and electronics. But and then my all-time favorite one, and it is an actual tax, the sin tax. Not CIN, it's SIN, sin tax. That's higher taxes on things like cigarettes, alcohol, and in some states where it's legal, the devil's lettuce. So, yeah, that's hang on here. Okay, so that's pretty much everything for regular people. Anyways, I want to thank everybody for being here. I gotta leave. I'm done now. Everybody, they're probably like, probably like, dude, shut up. I can't wait until the weekend so I don't have to listen to this poser anymore. But I really do want to thank all of you so much for being here. You guys are just truly, truly appreciated on more levels than you could possibly imagine. And I know I beg a lot. I know, and I know it's you know, it seems like it's well, it doesn't seem, it is. It kind of probably gets on people's nerves. People are like, dude, does this guy ever do anything other than beg? Natasha, great to see you here. But like I said, if I have to reach this goal because in order to run the United Spot, I have to make a certain amount of money per month, and usually I'm able to do that, or you guys are able to help me out to get me to that point. Unfortunately, because of this 7-day suspension, it's wiped me out. I know a lot of people are like, dude, shut up. Who cares? But this is really important to me. I really love doing this, and I really want to continue to do this. And so if you can spread the word on this GoFundMe, share it out, let some people know. And once I reach my goal, I won't beg anymore. And hopefully I don't get another strike from YouTube, because that would just be catastrophic. But yeah, so if you guys are able to get over there, I'm going to check it tonight and see if anybody's made their way over there. And if they have, I'm going to be very, very thankful. I want to get this video.
This. Nobody cares.
Gosh darn it. I had it so perfect. I got to make a special. LR, thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. Truly, hold on. Thank you so much, LR. I truly appreciate this. And I hope that you have a wonderful weekend as well, and hope you get home safe, unless you're already home, which that would be amazing if you are. Thank you. It's so nice. Thank you so much for being here tonight. And that was too long, so I have to cut some of that off. But you heard me. You heard me. Hold on. And okay, so it's kind of there. you come in he just gosh, that was kind of funny. So I want to thank everybody for being here. You guys, seriously, if you're listening on X, thank you so much for watching. For some reason, I can't see anything over there, and nobody usually ever leaves. Oh, good, you're home tomorrow. Perfect. All right, awesome. Nobody ever leaves any comments over on X, so I don't know if anybody's actually seen it or if it's just like impressions. I don't know. I really don't understand X. But if you are listening over there, thank you so much for the support. And thank you to the YouTube community for being here every single day. It just really, really, really means a lot to me. And give, send, go. What is give, send, go? Is that like that Republican? I think I heard it like a Republican thing, like a Republican conservative. I think it's like a conservative GoFundMe, I think is what it is. Maybe, I don't know. I think I tried to sign up for that one time, and it I don't know, something bad happened. I can't remember. It was a while. It was a few years ago. I can't remember. Anyways, I'm really getting off topic here. But I did want to thank everybody for taking part in supporting the United Spot in some way, shape, or form, because with your help, I can continue to do this. And I know a lot of people are like, dude, they're just stupid videos, and they might be. But I know that there are people out there that laugh at them when they're having a bad day. And that really, you have no idea how much that means to me. I've had people contact me and saying that, and I know that a lot of people might stretch the truth a little bit to, make me feel a little bit better, or try to, make my day a little bit more special. But there's people that have contacted me and said that I got them through some pretty tough times being able to laugh at some of these videos. And that's the most incredible thing in the world to me, other than obviously my family and my dogs. But it's such a huge thing for me to get a compliment like that. And it means so much, because that's exactly what I wanted to do, other than obviously, expose the left. But I wanted to make people laugh. I wanted to make people, not be upset. I hate when people are upset. I want people to be happy. So anyways, I'm starting to sound like a weirdo. Tammy, have a great night. Brian, have a good night. Hank, have a good night. Star, have a good night. Drops, have a good night. Donna Jenna Zawuski, have a good night. Raging Patriot, have a good night. Craig, have a great night. Ben Ramler, have a great night. Yukon, man, have a great night. LR, thank you so much, and have a great night. Kuda, have a great night. Lucille, have a great night. Sabrina, have a great night. What else we got here? We got Joe, thanks. Have a great night. Raging Patriot, I think I already said good night, but have a great night anyways. John Castaneda, if you're still out there, have a great night. Who else we got? Star, have a great night. Gibson Builds, have a great night. And that's all. David Smith, have a great night. And that's all it's showing me. Ennett Poison, have a great night if you're out there. Robin Spielman, have a great night if you're out there. Monkey Grab Orange, have a great night. John Castaneda, have a great night. And I think that's the ball game. So with that being said, I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. I can't wait to talk to you again on Monday. I'm sure that there's going to just be a shoebox filled with distractions over the weekend. So thank you all so much. And if you have visited my GoFundMe, thank you so much. If you have donated, thank you so much. I will definitely be looking at that a little bit later. And it just means a lot if you have, or even if you're attempting to help, make it more seen. It means a lot. So thank you all so much for being the best part of my day next to my family and my dogs. And have a great weekend, and I'll see you all on Monday. All right. Have a great night, guys. And Nancy, take it away.
Nobody cares, Trump. Obama, you're an asshole. Lies and racism your whole life. Your legacy is pathetic, and a man calls himself your wife. Bartender, can I get a drink? Yes, you're an ASSHOLE, and don't you try to blame it on me. You deserve all the credit. You're an asshole tonight. You were an asshole yesterday. You're an asshole tonight. And I got a feeling you'll be an asshole the rest of your life.
That is true. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate every last one of you, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I will see you all on Monday. Until we meet again, good night, peasants.